Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to show you how to make al pastor seasoned tamales, and friends, let me tell you, this is not something that you want to miss. For the al pastor marinade, you're going to need chile guajillo, chile mulato, or you can use pasilla, 1 little block of achiote paste, Mexican oregano, ground cumin, sea salt, ground ginger, cinnamon, ground clove, black pepper, a chipotle pod, a bay leaf, and garlic. Pork butt, orange and pineapple juice, apple cider vinegar, oil, corn husk, fresh corn masa, canned and fresh pineapple. You'll also need some lard, and if you don't like to use lard, you can use vegetable shortening. And now we're just going to take all our ingredients and blend them until smooth. And boom, done. Friends, you have to get smart with it. I'm going to line my oven-safe dish with some parchment paper for easy cleanup. Take your pieces of pork and place them into your baking dish. Pour your al pastor marinade all over your pieces of pork. And for those of you that don't like to get your hands dirty, you don't have to. You can just use your tongs and move it around. And if you don't mind, go ahead and give this a little massage.
What are you doing, girl?
I'm gonna add a little bit of orange juice just to shake up the remaining marinade. We don't want to miss any of this flavor. Give it a little shake, shake.
You're not gonna use your hands because it's gonna dye them red?
Well, I have
Achiote?
yeah, I have some. I have a friend to meet up later, so I don't want to get my hands stained for the evening.
You're meeting someone later today?
Yeah.
Cool. I know who it is.
Cloud knows who it is.
And it's not me.
It's not Cloud. It's okay. Just a friend. Okay.
Oh, baby, you.
Oh stop. Stop. Okay, friends, we have a few choices for this particular marinade. If you place it in your refrigerator, minimum of 24 hours, it's gonna be the best flavor. Even 48 hours, it just gets better. But for us today, I'm gonna place this right into the oven at 300 degrees for 2 hours. After 2 hours, we're gonna raise the heat to 350 and we're gonna keep it in there another hour.
You think you're all that just because you have an air fryer in your oven?
No joke, yes. Friends, you guys have been asking me a lot for this particular stove, and we are going to be discussing that on this next season of Views on the Road.
Wow.
Wow. You guys are important.
You do think you're all that.
And after 3 hours, our al pastor is ready to be used to fill our tamales. Friends, if you're going to be using this for your taquitos, you will not regret it. And I'm just going to mash it just like this, and then I'll add a little bit of the sauce that remained at the bottom of our baking dish, and I'll just keep on doing this. And that's what we're going to use. Not completely shredded unless you like it, but to have a little bit of a chunk. And add that sauce. We need some of that delicious sauce from the bottom. Okay? Scoop it up and just pour it over the meat. I have my pineapple slices and my pineapple juice from the can in here, okay? So if you guys want to use this juice, you can, or if you want to use regular pineapple juice, that'll work as well. We're going to add our salt, sugar, and you just want to pulse the ingredients. You don't want to blend them too much because we want a few of these little pineapple chunks in our masa.
Ooh, you just gave me goosebumps.
You got the goosies?
I did, thank you.
I'll do one more. We just did 2 pulses so that we can get some of that good pineapple, and I'm super excited to add it to this.
And I see over here you're already soaking your husks.
Yes,
right?
you do have to soak your husk, and it has to be super, super hot water.
Got it.
For those of you that joined us on our live, you went into the market where I purchased this perfectly made lard.
It was rendered on site.
They even had a big tub of lard, of rendered lard. I was like, yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add 1/3 of a cup, and we're gonna make sure to dissolve that well into our masa.
And that's unprepared masa, is that correct?
Yes, this is unprepared masa. If you're gonna add lard to your prepared masa, it's gonna be quite a mess.
Okay, got it. And for those of you that have been with us for a while, this is not our first session in making tamales. You want to squeeze the masa in between your fingers.
You sure do. You guys are used to me warming up the lard when I use the other style, but this one you can just add and combine together. And you're gonna be mixing your masa for a good 5-6 minutes here. That should do the work. If you're wondering where you can get this style of bowl, I usually find these great bowls at an international Asian market or at your local Korean market.
H-Mart.
H-Mart. It's going down.
It always goes down at H-Mart.
I need to put a trapito here for you guys. Then you guys come for me, and I love it.
You do have the strongest hands in our family. I love that.
You're making me blush.
I'll help spread the tamales. That's my thing. And then keep an eye on them for the cook time. But as far as amasando, you are the master.
Thank you, thank you. I think that's why my baked dishes that require my hands, like doughs and things like that, that's why they taste so good. Because I can really get into it, and I'm not scared. I'm not flimsy with these kind of things. Now, in my personal and regular life, I am like un pan dulce, pero, you know, just a little sweetheart with a kick. A little Sour Patch Kid.
In your pocket.
In
the
my
masa
pocket?
got in your pocket.
Score.
You get a point.
Okay, I combined our ingredients well. It's nice and soft, really good consistency. And the more you make the tamales, the more confident you're gonna be in your masa and that everything's gonna be perfect. Okay.
What consistency should it be?
Smooth.
Like
light.
like that sand that the kids play with?
No, you don't have that texture, but yeah, I would say they're kind of cloudy like you.
Oh wow.
Very nice and soft. A little mush. Yeah.
Okay, got it. I mean, I know, but I'm just trying to...
Look, if you pat it down, you can see there's no grooves and it's smooth.
Yep.
Okay. So now I'm just gonna add some of our ingredients, and apparently my blender wanted to keep some of our al pastor seasoning in it.
You're just adding the piña mixture a little bit at a time?
Yeah, a little bit at a time, and I did 2 little handfuls and start off that way. Okay.
Amigos, I'm asking a lot of questions because I'm learning with you right now.
Cloud likes it when I make the tamales.
I'm learning this delicious version here with you.
Yep. Oh, I love being able to see the chunks of pineapple in here. It's gonna be glorious. I'm gonna continue to mix our dough for a good 10 to 15 minutes. It's just habit, but if you have a stand mixer, go ahead and use that. Save yourself some time. And for those of you that need it, go ahead. There is no shame in that. Okay, there's still a lot of love going into these tamales. And after 10 to 15 minutes of mixing your masa, you're gonna notice that everything is smooth. I highly recommend you taking a little piece of your masa, tasting it, and if you can taste the salt content and the sweetness balanced, then you're set to go. The measurements I gave you are pretty exact to achieve that, but then again, it's gonna depend on your hands and on your product.
And you're going to teach us a little trick on how to taste your masa without eating it raw.
That is correct. That's just the initial taste to see if you can taste the salt. You don't want it to be too salty, because if it's too salty when you're tasting it raw, that means that you went too far, okay?
Got it.
Place your pan on a medium heat and place a little bit of your masa on the pan, okay? We're gonna cook this about 2-3 minutes. And when you see that the colors have changed, that means that it's cooked through. And that's when you're going to be able to taste the consistency. If you need to add a little bit more salt, a little bit more sugar, you can. And then also you can see if it's too dry for you, then you can add a little bit more of your lard or your shortening, whatever you're using.
Ooh, it smells delicious in here.
You like?
Yeah, I get a good sweetness in the air.
See, I can already see from this.
Ooh,
Hey.
that was you. We looked at each other. No, that's you.
That was me. I'm sorry, guys. I can already see from here that I'm going to add a little bit more lard.
Well, we got here on time, guys. We almost didn't make it because I was goofing around, but here we are. Show us what you got.
I'm going to add our masa to our corn husk that I have soaked. They're nice and soft. And I'm just going to start smearing to the side the way that I was raised to do. Just grab it and go. I know I've taught you several techniques on how to do it perfect, but friends, Lo perfecto sin humano, which means pretty much perfection doesn't exist. It's ridiculous. Although it can be perfect. Don't play.
Just aim for excellence.
Yes.
Be exceptional.
Be exceptional. You got it, Cloud. So go ahead and smear your masa throughout your corn husk just like this.
Wait a minute. Are you using a rice paddle?
Girl, my babies are Corny Mex. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, it's okay.
I'm not shaming it. I like the idea.
Yeah, that's what I'm using. It works for me. All right, I'm going to continue to spread all of them just so that it's easier to just fill and boom, done, okay? Take your tamal and place your desired amount of meat. Make sure that if you didn't add juice, that you add a little bit of juice from your al pastor to the tamal. You want to use freshly cut pineapple. You can put 1 or 2 pieces. Give that a quick fold. I'm going to continue with the remaining tamales, and then we're going to start setting up our pot so we can steam our tamales to perfection.
And if you're looking for a pot for your tamales and you're in the Mexican market, ask for a tamalera.
Can you repeat that?
Ask for a tamalera.
Thank you, Cloud. We love you.
You're welcome.
In your steep pot, also known as your tamalera, you're going to place the bowl right in the center. And you're going to start aligning your tamales in a counterclockwise. Just kidding.
And for those of you that don't know how to prepare this pot, all you have to do is add water right at the bottom, right?
Yep. All you want to do as far as the water, there's a line right underneath. Don't go over that water line. And that's going to give us enough steam to continue to cook this for 35 to 40 minutes. And we're just going to keep lining up our tamales around the bowl. Bring your pot of tamales to a boil. Once you hear the boil, you're going to lower your temperature to low. Okay, we're going to continue to cook for about 35 to 40 minutes, and then you're going to allow your tamales to rest for 15 to 20 minutes so that they can finish forming. I let our tamales rest for 20 minutes, and amigos, they are fully formed and ready to eat. Who's ready for a bite?
I am so ready. I'm so excited. I know you're tired of hearing me all day. Let's do this.
And now it's time to open our gift. Yummy, yummy. Ooh! Friends, I'm going to open this up just so that you can see what a treat this is. Nice, moist, just delightful. And that soft pineapple in there is quite a dream. Look at that. Nothing better than biting into that big old chunk of protein. Ooh, all right. And now to make this even better, I'm gonna show you how to top your al pastor tamal. We are, of course, gonna sprinkle.
Before anyone makes fun of me, I'm gonna make fun of myself. I am super zoomed in.
Cloud's really into these tamales. She's had them before, friends, and this is a treat that I've been wanting to make for you guys for a while, but I had to make it happen today because of the craving. So to keep with our al pastor theme this year, we're gonna go ahead and top our al pastor tamal with una salsita verde, a little bit of salsa verde.
Is that a roasted salsa?
This is a roasted salsa verde. Ooh. So some freshly chopped onions. Sprinkle your cilantro. And, you know, because it's me, I'm gonna add an extra piece of pineapple.
Wow.
Now, who's ready for a bite?
I'm ready.
I'm gonna need somebody very special to say
Buen provecho.
Now this recipe you want to make for your favorite uncle and your favorite auntie. This is like just pulling out the red carpet for someone that you love. So delightful.
Friends, I do want to say that this is one of my best creations. Yes, please make the salsa. Please add the sugar to your masa. I know what I'm talking about. It balances out your pork It balances out all the flavors so beautifully. And the masa is so soft and fluffy. I'm in heaven.
Delicious. Speaking of tips, well, we weren't speaking of it, but we're going to.
Yes, we do give tips towards the end.
What is a tip that you have for us?
How about you tell them? You've been watching.
I would say the tip is when you put your al pastor in the oven, you can add your pineapple in there if you're going to use it for tacos. Is that right?
That is correct.
Or even if you want to use the pineapple and the meat mix for your filling, like boom, done. ¿Verdad?
Yes.
Okay. Guys, I passed the test.
You did.
And make extra, right? Because you can use your filling for the tamales and then for your taquitos.
Anything that you have remaining from the measurements that I gave you is so that you can enjoy some tacos while you're making your tamales. And you can share some with your neighbor or your family. And as always, you do need a meal prep. So that helps you for super easy al pastor tacos. Friends, I don't know what to tell you. You guys have to make this.
I know we don't get bossy around here, but we are going to say that you do have to make these.
This is... I made myself almost speechless here. That's how good these are.
I mean, it helps if you serenade your masa. That's what we were doing. And serenade the cooking process and dance with each other, you know?
Friends, I hear you. Some of you don't like pork, and that's okay. You can make this with beef, chicken, seafood, tofu, potato, you name it. You can get this recipe done. Please make the salsa. Don't be stingy with your pineapple. And best of all, don't fight with anybody while you're making your tamales. We want some delicious, family-loving tamales.
If you know you're going to fight with someone, then just wait for them to come over to eat.
Make camarones a la diabla instead if you're fighting with someone.
Don't fight, you guys. It's the holiday. It's time to be merry and loving. No fighting.
These are going to be the best tamales of 2021 and probably that you're going to have. I'm going to fix myself another one.
And we love every single one of you. Be safe.
We do. Try to make 2 dozens if it's your first time making these. You're going to want to. You can freeze them and you can enjoy them at any moment of the day or night, midnight snack. Ooh, I'm in love with these.
And rest your tamales.
Rest your tamales. I'm so sure. I'm like on a tamal kick right now.
Well, you have to rest them, right? When you turn off the heat.
Oh, I thought you meant to like save them for later.
No. There is no save for later.
Allow them to rest those 15-20 minutes after cooking. Perfect. As always, Cloud and I are wishing you the best. We absolutely adore you, and we hope you're having a good time with our new innovative ways of making traditional Mexican food. And on that one, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye! Adios!